I still have notes in which I have written idiot, stupid in big bold letters in my notes. That's what one of my students just shared with me before he joined our course. It was in his first attempt, so he's shared that he still has those notes in which he has those words written in big bold letters. So you were sharing that, yeah, of course, his attitude has completely changed after joining the course, after going through uh, a course that we offer, how to prepare for the GMAT, which deals with the psychology of GMAT preparation part. But I thought I would just, beyond marketing the course, I thought I would just also talk a little about um, this attitude, which I think is not so uncommon, that we make mistakes and then we call ourselves stupid, idiot for making those mistakes, as if calling ourselves stupid, idiot is a very good motivation. Now let's try to understand, why do we do that? One thing is simply that we are not okay with making mistakes. That's understandable. So we want to avoid those mistakes. Now, how do I avoid mistakes? What is the way to really deeply motivate somebody to not make mistakes? By putting pressure on that person. This is a perception that people have. So by calling themselves stupid, idiot, and all that, they're trying to put pressure on them, their own selves. Okay, because that's what they believe, that to reduce mistakes, that's what you should do to others. So that's what they're doing to themselves. Now the thing is this even working? Are you making fewer mistakes because you're doing this to yourself? That's one thing. If it is working, well, at least this part uh, is fine then. But then another question arises, that if this is working, at least in terms of reducing the number of mistakes, is it not leading to an even bigger mistake? What is that mistake? Like, what what does it mean for your relationship with your own self? If you make mistakes, you call yourself all those fancy words. What kind of relationship do you have with your own self? Just think about it. Is this the relationship that you want to have with yourself, that you go after your own self? If you go somewhere wrong, why can't you be compassionate with yourself? Why did you make those mistakes? There must be something going on. You faltered somewhere, there was some anxiety, some pressure, right? Something. Why can't you just sit down with yourself and try to understand the source of your mistakes? For sure, you don't have malintent against yourself. You're not just getting questions wrong because you want to hurt your own self. That cannot be the intent. With somebody else, we can doubt the intent. But with our own selves, there is no sense in doubting the intent. We can't have an intent against our own selves. That just doesn't make sense. So if you're still making mistakes, it has to be a skill issue. It cannot be an intent issue. If it is a skill issue, then why are you shouting? Why can't you just sit down and try to resolve, understand the source of the problem, fix it, and then it will be over? Secondly, of course, through all this, what kind of relationship are you building with your own self? Let's say the problem cannot be fixed by analyzing. Now, would you call yourself stupid? If yes, perhaps you'll fix the problem. You will actually get under pressure. Oh, I don't want to be in a situation where I call myself stupid. That is so painful. So let me just be ultra focused. And then you become ultra focused. You don't make the mistake. But do you lose something as a result? We desire to have loving, unconditionally loving companions who are compassionate with ourselves in our tough moments. Why can't we offer that space to our own selves? And if we can't offer that space to our own selves, do you think we can offer that space to anybody else? No. And since we cannot offer that space, unconditional acceptance, and a compassionate space to anybody else, that's why we also don't end up receiving because there is nobody else to offer it. Okay, so perhaps by getting into self criticism, self violence, we can perhaps, in some cases, solve an immediate problem because some part of us may become scared, may become ultra focused, that the problems will reduce. But then perhaps a bigger problem may arise, which will significantly impact the quality of our lives. So that's something I want to leave you with to reflect upon. At the same time, I would also encourage if you're preparing for the GMAT or CAT or perhaps any competitive exam, just to consider looking at the course How to Prepare for the GMAT. It deals with the psychological aspect of test preparation, which is not generally uh, addressed. Thank you.